Have y'all heard of the show Landman? Hey, if not, it's on Paramount Plus, and it's starring Billy Bob Thornton, right? I know y'all know Billy Bob Thornton, right? The white guy, crazy, all the young hoes wanted him in Hollywood. Yeah, like all of them, and he was in with Angelina Jolie for a while. Yeah, that. When I tell you he played his part down to a T, it's like it was made for him. Now, this show has me like really thinking about the oil whole field of that, and the fact that reality is we need oil to sustain life. Granted, we need to start trying to make a better way for the process, but we need it regardless. And when I tell you, it actually emphasizes just how dangerous it is. So first and foremost, let me say thank you to the men and the women who actually put themselves out there to pump that oil to make it happen physically, because I couldn't do it. You know how we complain about our jobs like, oh wow, they don't pay us enough for this. Imagine them putting a price on you doing this job, being an oil man, right? And they say, hey, we're going to pay you $150,000 a year. Is $150,000 a year really enough? Do you feel it's enough? Because at any given moment in that career field, you can freaking die. Like any given moment, any random crazy thing can take place. A spark. One spark can start an issue. Like, so is 150,000 really enough when you think about it? But we say things like that. And not just from the physical side of it. I'm looking at also the business and operational side of it. When I tell you the billions, the millions that are made in the oil process, it is crooked. And guess what? Our government is in on it. So when you see things, it's like, oh yeah, they knew like this oil spill could take place. Like when we have them in the ocean, like they knew these things can take place, but it was like, hey, if we go ahead and spend this money, we can get this back on. If we don't spend the money, we can get it back on insurance. But if we go ahead and correct this issue now, we're going to spend this money, but we're not going to get that back. But if we go ahead and let something happen, right, let a catastrophe happen, we can go ahead and file that insurance claim on top of this piece too, and so the government is going to help with cleaning everything up because they want to. So we making extra amounts of money like crazy. This show is so good, and I'm so tuned in. Watching this show also puts in the reality of cricket individuals, regardless of how good a person may be or how great they are with their families. It's the majority of people will sell themselves for the flow of money. And this show captivates that so real, like so good in real life, right? I understand why there's like regulations and whatnot, and why we have people in place, but it's like, honestly, I think those people need to be changed out like every 2 years, 3 years, because they're being brought out. When you think about it and you look at these representatives, now it makes me want to move from the TV show into reality, right? I don't want to lose you, but try to follow me here. If you stay in a state like Texas, ask yourself the question, so who is on like y'all environmentalist, like regulations teams, like who is on that squad? And when you figure out who's on that squad, then look at the people that they're connected to. Like, who are they married to, or who did they previously work with, or even who's a part of their family. My conspiracy theory brain is telling me that if we dig deep into that and truly looked at those type of connections, we can find in real life right now, 2024, that the people who are talking about saving and regulating oil policies are the ones who actually are keeping things the same. Like I said, that's the conspiracy theorist in me. I forgot to mention there are some big heavy hitters in this TV series as well. So we got Billy Bob Thornton, who plays Tommy, but did you know we got Demi Moore as well in this series, who plays the wife of the billionaire? And who plays the billionaire husband? John Hamm. And how do we know John Hamm? Mad Men, and we all know that was a good show. You can rewatch the complete series of Mad Men. Last but not least, we have Ali Larter, who plays Tommy's wife. Now, Ali, I can't believe that her name is Ali, because does she look like an Ali? No, not to me. And yes, girl, I had to Google your name because I never can figure out your name because you don't look like an Ollie. But I love the characters she decides to play. And I enjoy that she's Tommy's wife in this series as well. Now, you may know Ali from like Legally Blonde. You remember she played like the defendant? Yeah. And she was the crazy bitch and obsessed with Beyonce. And Idris Elba. Yeah, right. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And her playing Alicia in Landman is like really good. It's dead on with how she can portray herself as this witty, smart, but idiotic and very much feminine character.